And we learned last week that searching for a new home can be right at your fingertips. Mary Jo Cowan from State27Homes is back with details on the best benefits on using this relatively new site, right? Welcome back, Mary Jo. How have you been?
I've been great. Thanks for having me back.
I am excited about this website and the way things have changed. The real estate model has changed, and you're really on the forefront with helping consumers. Explain the website a little bit.
Well, the website itself is intended for a place for consumers to come and look and see what's in the market. Our footprint is all across the state, but specifically here in the Tampa Bay area. They can look for condos, they can look for rentals, they can look for homes for sale, they can look at what's happening in their neighborhood and kind of decide what they might want to list their house for. So it's a safe place to come and see accurate and current data.
And I think the key there is current. So many sites do have a little bit of a delay when it comes to listing, and that is what you wanted to take away from this.
Right, 5 minutes. The site is updated every 5 minutes.
5 minutes. And of course, we're talking about how you can see the listings, but I know there's another feature to the website that we want to spend some time talking about today, and that's a little TLC. Of course, I'm thinking of what tender loving care, but you're taking it a step further, right?
Yeah, total living cost is what it stands for, but it is an extra step of TLC for the consumers. How many times someone can go out and say, oh, I love this house, but they don't know if they can really afford it. So what TLC engine does is on each of the listings on State27Homes, there's a default that will tell you what an approximate mortgage might be, what the utilities are, so it factors in so much more than you'll see on any other website. So there are a lot of websites that have mortgage calculators, for example, that you pop in a couple things and it tells you that your mortgage payment might be X or Y. And you think you can afford it, but you're not sure. But that's just the mortgage payment. What about the insurance? What about the taxes? What about the commute for your job? What about the utilities? So that's what TLC does. It takes from data all across the state and fills in some defaults on what the actual out-of-pocket cost could be for you as a consumer to buy that house.
And you know, Mary Jo, I love this because I'm assuming you being in real estate, you've seen this where you're under contract for a new home and you're asking the previous homeowner, what was this bill? What was this bill? And you're trying to use their information and do it all in your head when you're sitting there. This really takes into account everything. How are you able to get this information from people?
Well, we have an agreement with a company actually called TLC. And they do all the research. They go work out with the utilities and the insurance companies and mortgage companies and come up with these defaults. But then the consumer can take it a step further if they want to set up a profile on our site that's only seen by them. And depending on how much information they want to share, they could share what their annual income is, what some of their major expenses are, and just build that profile. And as they build it and save it, the TLC will adjust to them. So every listing that they look at will behind the scenes be factoring in the information that they shared. So instead of it being a default that everybody sees, they can look side by side at properties and say, wow, I didn't think we could afford this one because it was a little higher price than we thought, but the living costs for this property, we could have either one. So it's the further they customize it, the more in-depth the TLC.
Which I love it because usually you have to go get that information. You have to call your insurance agent yourself to find out what the home insurance would be, or look at the tax records to find out property tax, because I see that in my mortgage payment. The mortgage payment's always more when you don't consider those things.
Absolutely, and it factors all that in, so it can really give a fun idea of what you can really afford.
And I think a key, though, is to bring up when you are putting that information in, it's information that is safe to you. And I know privacy is very important.
Privacy is very important to us. All of our members of our MLS work with customers and clients all the time. And so we are very aware of that. When someone sets up a profile on the State 27 site, it's secure only to them. But we have no access as an MLS. They have their own access. They can share it with their agent if they want to let their agent help them find properties, but it's totally up to them how much they put in and whether or not they share it.
Well, you're seeing the information on your screen where you can go to get a little TLC and also help your search as well. State27Homes is where it's at. Mary Jo, thank you again for coming in.
Oh, thank you.